I'm in Antigua, known to be one of the most expensive islands in the Caribbean, and a place that many who visit don't even really see any of. But is it just a tourist trap? Is it just designed to part those getting off cruise ships or staying in resorts with their hard-earned cash? I'm here to find out.
You watch what other people say and do. You wonder how they always make it through.
It's about to stay in
Now here's the biggest secret that the resorts definitely won't tell you. The first thing you notice when you arrive is there's not really any practical public transport from the airport. Taxi is your only option. While it's true there is actually a public bus, you probably have to walk about 10 minutes to get to it, and there's not going to be any space for luggage on it. The good news, the taxi prices are regulated. The bad news, the prices are shockingly high. Then there's the cruises. They arrive in the morning and leave in the afternoon or early evening. A few streets around the cruise terminal have been turned into a kind of tourist bubble. Visitors are either whisked away on a tour, or they stay around the area, eating, drinking and shopping. Prices are high, but authenticity is low. But it doesn't have to be like that. What if I told you the real Antigua could be a damn sight cheaper, twice as loud, and infinitely more beautiful, while also being a far more real and authentic experience? Today, we're going to break that bubble. First up, transport. Want to taxi a short distance across the city? That's going to be $25, $30. Crazy, right? Now, strictly speaking, there is an Uber-like app called Swift Taxi. However, just don't bother. When I've looked at the prices on there, it's typically $5 more expensive than just getting a taxi directly. So what's the point in that? On the other hand, you step a short distance away, and there's this. And these are the local buses. There's no schedule, there's no AC, but they're dirt cheap. And you can travel across the country with them. I paid $3-something Eastern Caribbean dollars to get from English Harbour to St. John's. You can go to a main bus station like this, or you can just wave them down anywhere off the street and get off anywhere on the street. Just pay the driver when you get out. So that said, I'm going to get the local bus from English Harbour back to St. John's. There it is, the bus number 17. Actually very nice buses, these, really comfortable. I wouldn't try and come on here with big luggage, certainly, but yeah, much nicer than what I expected. Here's something you should know though. There's many taxis that are basically minibuses and look exactly the same as the public buses. It's super easy to tell the difference though. The taxis have TX on the number plate, but the buses have bus. To understand why Antigua is so resort heavy today, you have to look at what it used to be. For 300 years, the island wasn't a playground. It was a factory. It was the British gateway to the Caribbean, fueled by the brutal sugar trade and slave labour. When sugar collapsed in the mid-20th century, the island had to pivot, and quickly. The solution? Tourism. They marketed the 365 beaches, one for every day of the year, and built high walls to create a frictionless paradise for Westerners. The resort bubble wasn't an accident. It was an economic survival strategy. But now, in 2026, those walls, at least to me, start to feel more like a cage for a traveller who actually wants to see something of the real culture. Lunchtime. Now, if I was staying in the resort, I could be eating probably for about $45 some Caribbean-style burger, which isn't even that good. I'd much rather be here, out just at a local roadside shack, eating the local food. You get a lot more for your money, and it's going to taste good too.
You have spinach, you have red bean, peas, you have what we call an ital sauce, it's like a soup, you have sea moss, you have raspberry, you have lemon, you have a peanut punch.
Wow, a lot of this I've never heard of. You said sea moss, that sounds very alien to me. What is sea moss like?
Sea moss is a plant, as it says, sea moss is from the sea.
So this is really the way to do it. If you want a cheap feed here, don't go to the restaurants. Certainly don't stay in your resort. If you're staying in a resort, go to the street side places. Open air, doing local food for a decent price. I've just got a pretty big feed here for, I guess, around $10 with a nice fresh juice as well of something called sea moss. Wow, That is absolutely not what I expected at all. Yeah, bunch of different flavours going on here. Good stuff, good, cheap feed. What's not to love about that? And this wonderful location by the side of the street. Nice pond behind. Lovely. Now here's the biggest secret that the resorts definitely won't tell you. In Antigua, all of the beaches are public, by law. So they can't stop you from going to what seems to be a beach designated just for them, even if it's surrounded by $2,000 a night villas. What you will find is that sometimes they will make it a little difficult here, but still, you have the right. But don't think that you have to go to one of those resort beaches anyway. It's so easy to find a quiet spot of paradise here, like this one that I'm on right now. Just a short walk, very few people here really, and it's so beautiful, so quiet, so relaxed. So while the cruise passengers are fighting for a plastic chair at Dickinson Bay, just step a little further and you'll find your own little quiet paradise. Is the Antigua with the resort and cruise industry a tourist rip-off? Well, economically, yeah, it probably is. You're paying a massive markup for the comfort of never having to leave your comfort zone. But the thing is, you lose out on so much. Antigua's not just a postcard, it's a living, breathing culture with rich history and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. So next time, if you're looking for an all-inclusive experience, ask yourself, are you paying to see the world? Or are you paying to be protected from it? Now let's continue our journey with this video where I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to travel Antigua independently and on a budget.